Hi beautiful people, you're welcome to MJ Apparel tutorial. In today's class, we'll be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful kimono or bridal robe. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and drop a comment. Here I have my fabric folded. I'll be using satin for this tutorial. When folding your fabric, you use the hip, which is the biggest part of the body, divided by 4 plus 3 inch for ease, because the kimono is a very free dress and you don't want it fitted on the body. After folding, the next I'm going to be doing is to draw a straight line which will serve as the shoulder line and also the starting point for my measurements. This line here will serve as the starting point. I'll be drafting the back of the kimono first, after which I'll use the back to cut the front. The next I'm going to be doing is to insert the shoulder measurement on the shoulder line. The shoulder measurement I'm using is 15 divided by 2, which is 7.5. But because we are making a kimono dress and it's a very free dress, I'll be adding 1 inch to that 7.5, which will be 8.5. So I'm going to be inserting the 8.5 inch at this point. After marking the shoulder, which is 8.5, I'll come down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. The next I'm going to be doing is to insert the armhole depth. But before inserting the armhole depth, I'll be marking the 8.5 on this point so that I'll be able to get a straight line when connecting. From this point, I'll be inserting the armhole depth. The armhole depth I'll be working with will be 10 inch because we are making a very free kimono. I will mark the 10 inch at this point. After marking, I'm going to draw a straight line which will serve as the armhole line. After drawing the armhole depth, next we'll be inserting the neck width and the neck depth. The neck width I'll be working with is 3.5 inch, while the neck depth for the back I'm going to be using 1.5 inch. After marking, I'm going to be connecting the 2 points together using a curve. Here we have the neckline. Next, I'll be inserting the horizontal measurement, which is the shoulder to the waistline and the shoulder to the hem. The shoulder to the waist I'm using is 17, while the shoulder to the hem I'll be using is 44 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance. I'll mark that at this point. After marking, I'll draw a straight line. So here we have the length of the gown. Next, I'm going to be drawing the shoulder slope of the gown. Next, I'll be inserting the bust measurement. The bust measurement I'm using is 38 divided by 4, which is 9.5. I'll be inserting it on the chest line here, so I'll mark the 9.5 at this point. Next, I'm going to be adding 2.5 allowance for ease and for sewing allowance. After marking this, next I will go to the waistline and insert the waist measurement. The waist measurement I'm working with is 35 divided by 4, which is 8.25. I will mark the 8.25 at this point and also add a sewing allowance of 2.5 inch like I did for the bust. On the hemline here, I'm going to be inserting the hip measurement. The hip measurement I'm working with is also 38 inch divided by 4, which is 9.5 plus 2.5 allowance. After marking it, I'm going to be connecting the points together. After connecting the line, next thing I'll be doing is to draw the armhole curve. This is what the back is going to look like. Next, I'm going to be cutting it out. But before cutting, I'll secure it with my pin. After doing that, I'll cut it out. This is what the back will look like. Next, I'll be using this back panel to cut the front of the kimono. Here I have my fabric laid for the front. Next thing I'll be doing is to place the back panel on it this way and arrange, because I'll be using the back to cut the front. And also I left 2 inch at this point for the overlap. So I'll be marking the 2 inch and make sure that it aligns with the 2 inch. Remember, the front of the kimono is open, so we'll be cutting the front panel of the kimono open. Next, I'm going to be securing the back to the front using my pin, after which I will cut out the excess fabric I have left so you can have a better view. After cutting it out, this is what we are going to be having. So here we have the front and the back panel together. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to connect from this neck width to the waistline using a straight line. So I'll measure from the shoulder to the waist, which is 17. I'm going to be marking the 17 at this point. After marking it, I'm going to be drawing a straight line from this neck width to the waistline. You can make it 1 inch above the waistline or on the waistline. I'm going to be folding this part over. After folding it over, I will connect from the neck width to the waistline using a straight line. After drawing the line, I will also go ahead to cut it out and open up the center front. So after cutting it out, this is what it's going to look like. Here I have the front of the kimono and the back of the kimono. The next thing we'll be cutting is the strip will be used to turn the center of the kimono. And before cutting the strip, I'm going to be measuring what I have here so that I'll know the length of the strip I'll be cutting. So at this point here, I have 46 inch. After measuring it, I have 46 inch. I'll be adding 4 inch to it, so I'm going to be cutting 50 inch. The length of the strip I'm going to be cutting is 50 times 2 because I'll be attaching it to both sides of the kimono. So I'm going to go ahead to cut the strip. Now I'll be going over to cut the strip, and I'll be cutting it on fold like this. The height of the strip is going to be 2.5, so I'm going to be marking 2.5, after which I'll also measure the length of the strip, which is 100 inch. I'll cut it out, after which I'll come and show you what it looks like after cutting. After cutting, this is what we have. Remember, the width of the strip is 2.5 and I cut it on fold. Here I have also cut out the sleeve for the kimono. It's just a basic sleeve. I'll be dropping the link on how to cut a sleeve in the description box if you don't know how to draft a sleeve, and you can attach whatever type of sleeve you want to your kimono. The next thing we are going to be doing is to join the side of the kimono. The first thing I'll be doing is to open up the kimono. I'm going to be opening up the back of the kimono. After opening it up, I'll place the front of the kimono on it. Then I'll go ahead to join the sides of the kimono and the shoulder of the kimono. After doing that, I'll come back and show you the next step. Here I have closed up the side of the kimono and also the shoulder. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to attach the strip we cut to the center panel of the kimono. I'm going to be placing the strip on it like this, making sure that the good side is facing the good side of the kimono. After placing it, next I'm going to be sewing from the hem of the kimono. From this part, I'll place it this way, then I'll sew from this part round to the other side of the kimono. I'm going to be sewing the 0.5 inch I added to it. So I'll go over my sewing machine now and sew it round. I'll pass the neckline to the other side of the kimono. After doing that, I'll come back and show you the next step. After attaching the strip to the kimono, this is what we are going to be having. This is what it should look like after you attach the strip to the kimono. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to go over my sewing machine to hem the lower part of the kimono. So I'm going to be going over to hem this part. You can decide to use the bias or you fold it. And I've also gone ahead to cut the rope that will be used to tie the kimono on the waist. Here is the rope, and the rope is ×2 of the waist measurement, and the width of the rope is 2.5. I'll also be fixing the sleeve of the kimono to the kimono, after which I'll come back and show you the final results. Here I have attached the sleeve of the kimono to the kimono, and I've also hemmed the lower part of the kimono, and I also have the rope for tying the waist of the kimono. So this is the final look of the kimono. If this video was helpful to you, please don't forget to subscribe, like, drop a comment, and also share. Thank you for watching.